Whoa, good morning, everyone. Station, how you guys doing? It's Nick here. We're going to be doing our monthly comic book look ahead. This is actually for April 2022. Holy cow. I cannot believe we're already mostly through March. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you got your coffee. I actually have skipping coffee this morning. Sometimes you just got to listen to yourself, right? I got some lemon lime water. Been kind of addicted to that lately. So just kind of get things going in the morning, trying to get hydrated. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to take a peek and see. Let me switch over here real quick. See what's going on in here. We have Flash by night. What's going on, dude? Was watching your poll video a little bit ago. Always glad to see one of your videos dropping, dude. Awesome. Doing some great work, by the way. Love it. Brian LCS, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Actually have my trophy right there. So I appreciate everything you've done. I know you take a lot of crap. I know you do your best. You're doing a great job, man. Looking forward to seeing what kind of reveal is going to happen for 2022. So thank you very much for putting that all together. Yeah, it was quite an honor, quite an experience. So thanks again, man. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Let me go ahead. So StreamYard has this new thing where you can play music in the background. So we are going to see what that's about real quick. We're going to choose lo-fi. I'm going to turn this down. I'm actually going to mute my audio. And I'm going to turn this. Let me know if you guys can even hear this in the comments. We'll see what that actually sounds like. So it should be playing some lo-fi. I might adjust the volume. It might be barely. You might not even be able to hear it. But we'll see. We'll see what it sounds like. But all right. So we're going to start off with a little bit of show and tell, because I feel like that's a good way to kind of start the show. Let people kind of filter in a little bit, show off some cool stuff. So I actually got, so my shop on Instagram posted like a bunch of different stuff. So Cadets, Toys, and Comics, they posted a whole bunch of cool stuff. And they had this Star Wars little sign, like a logo sign right here. And it's actually USB powered. Maybe I should have plugged that in before I started. Let me go ahead and plug it in and show you guys what that actually looks like. And I think it'll be really cool in the background. So let's see here. Probably a bad idea to try to do that while I'm using my mic here, or my actual video here. So let's try this again. Oh, you gotta love technical difficulties during a live, right? So let me go ahead and get that fixed up real quick. So yeah, I'll be doing a little bit of show and tell here in a second. I just got to get this video back going. So I bought a new camera and I've been trying to figure it out. And it looks like I knocked my camera off somehow. So we're gonna see if we can get that back going. And let's see if that actually came back. No, it did not. So what a great way to start the actual stream right there. So we are going to skip show and tell until the end and see if I can actually get that thing figured out. Music. I hear the music. Good volume. Awesome. Yeah, that's good. Good to know. So what's interesting is I do have my camera hooked up and it does say streaming, but yet it won't actually do anything there. Oh, I think I got it back. Hey, look at that. I'm awesome. All right, so we're not going to mess around with the whole light up thing. So Star Wars sign right here, Star Wars logo, and it has two different settings. It has either like an on, and it's actually like a really soft light, and then it has another button on the side here for like this little slow pulsing kind of thing. It's not really it doesn't really distract you in the background, so I'm going to put it somewhere back here, and yeah, we'll see what that looks like. And then of course like little box and stuff that it comes with. So it's actually pretty small. It's reasonably priced. Build quality is okay. So, but I think it's actually really cool. Dude, I'm telling you, it was a rough night, and this lemon water's not doing it, brother. Not doing it for me at all. Okay, what else have I got? So I had this. You guys see that McFarlane Year 2 blue Batman statue? So I actually released it from its package, and I actually got it out. And so here is this guy right here. So he's pretty cool. So mine came with, you can see his ears are bent, which is kind of crappy. But overall, the paint's really interesting. I do like the detail they put into it. There's a few little things in the cape that you can't really see unless you really look at it. That might be a little bit wonky. His arms are actually off right now because the cape doesn't go over him otherwise. But it's not bad. It's a pretty cool little figure. And I've had him like on my Batman shelf for, on the last few of my videos. So he's a cool little addition right there. And then I also got, my sister-in-law bought me this little like gauntlet bottle opener. So these are always pretty cool from Amazon. Then I just put together this Lego Infinity Gauntlet, which is awesome as well. And all the fingers, all the fingers move and stuff. You can do whatever kind of pose you want. I tried to like recreate the little snap. So he's going to go up there in my shelf right there. So I've had him there for a little bit. Where am I going to put all this stuff? Yeah, what up, Wheels? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh, and I think Wheels may have hit me up at the register when I bought this Eye Agamotto, so you can actually touch it and it actually glows. This thing is pretty cool. You can pull it off. You could actually wear it. The gem comes out. It's pretty cool. I like that one a lot. Wheels, I think you were there when I bought this. So that is actually pretty neat. So that's going to go up there as well. It's going to go good with Thor's hammer, Infinity Gauntlet, all that stuff. So I'm going to put that to the side. Two more things, and I'm going to get into the books coming up. Series 5. Series 5 Wolverine. I think this is the first drop for the Marvel Retro Legends. And so, yeah, so I'm excited about these. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been collecting all these. I have all of Wave 1, 2, and 3. I'm missing 3 figures in Series 4, and then Series 5 hasn't come out yet, but this is the first release from that. So I'm pretty excited. So Wolverine actually looks really cool. He has his own mold, and then yeah, unpunched. Shop let me know. This one came in. Really excited to have this one in. And so I've been collecting these little retros. If you're not into figures, because Legends are, I don't know, $25 a piece usually retail. These are a lot cheaper. They're like 10 to 12 bucks to kind of jump in. So it's a little bit easier to get into this than it is to get into the bigger ones. They take up a little bit less room. The box art's really cool. The characters are all classic. They're not like amazing, but I think they're really cool looking. So if you want to get into like figures and stuff, this is actually a pretty good place to start because they're still like 10 bucks. So it's not that difficult. And then, so the artist for Billy the Kit, this book right here, you may have seen some of us promoting the book just because we think it's great. We don't have anything going with them. We just like the book. We like the story. We love the art. First arc just ended, and so I was kind of chatting with Barry McLean Jr., who's the artist, stay_broke on IG, and he did like a little AOK commission for me. He heard a story about how I had a book that a friend of mine had a book, and he grew up with that book, and it kind of left his life. We've all kind of had that happen right here. That happens a lot. And I was able to get that book back into his life. And so he did like a little AOK commission for me here. So I said, I want Billy with Erica Slaughter's mask. I want that House Slaughter teeth mask on Billy the Kid because he has a bandana. And so I thought that was a cool mashup. So this is an 11 by 17. It's just really cool. I'm loving that. I love the expression. I love the line work. I love everything about it. So I just bought a frame yesterday. So I'm going to be framing this, putting it up on the wall somewhere. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really psyched about that. Really psyched about that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It is pretty interesting. I like that McFarlane. It's obviously pretty classic looking. It's pretty awesome. I do like that. ComixKings, what's going on, dude? What's going on? Yeah, we were chatting late last night. Glad you got in. Hope you had a good time. Saw a lot of your pictures. It was awesome, dude. Billy the Kid sounds familiar. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it was. It wasn't. I wasn't expecting it because I mean, you know, we chat a little bit. He's been on some people's live streams and things, and um, you know, but I guess I underestimated the value, the personal value of the item that I was able to get him. And so I worked through my buddy Scott, who had this book that he had in his childhood, and so I was able to get it from him and then give it over to Barry. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's kind of it for show and tell. Got a lot of cool stuff, so I'm really excited about that. So let's go ahead and get into should hear me just fine. Can you, let's see, can you hear me? Now, no audio at all. Awesome. Let's see here. Settings. I'm not sure. Now we can. I hear you now. I didn't do anything. I didn't even change a thing. Very weird. Very, very weird. Okay. So we're going to keep going then. Okay. Interesting. I turned the music off because I didn't know if that was messing up. It says it's in beta, so I'm wondering if it's like messing up with stuff. So we had an audio issue and a video issue within the first 15 minutes of the stream. That's awesome. That's so great. So thanks, Ben. Appreciate you. What's going on, dude? All right. Okay. So again, Batman. So we have, what is this? This is the Del Auto. This is the one I'm picking up. This is part 2 of the Shadow War. So we have 122. 125 is when the new creative team's taking over. So interested in that. So we are going to be paying attention to that. So let's see what else we got. Moon Knight. So I've grown on Moon Knight for sure. Flash, you're partially responsible for that. You can take a piece. You can take whatever percentage you want, dude. Take whatever percentage you want. So I grew up, or I didn't grow up knowing who Moon Knight was. And then this new run came out, and then we kind of got hints of the show and whatever else. And so I was pretty excited. So I went ahead and kept up with this one. And I'm really glad I did, because although the art's really good, but although the art is great, the story doesn't really have like a giant overarching theme just yet. It might. it's got a lot of like one-off issues, and we're issue number 10. So I am waiting for it to kind of like develop its main plot in a way. He's just kind of getting things up and running right now. So which has been interesting enough, getting his army together, getting some people on his side, things like that. And that Moon Knight Devil's Reign, that was really that came out the other week, was really good. So I would recommend that one for sure. What's up, Raging? Just, just hanging out, doing all kinds of, we're having every technical difficulty I think you can possibly have in a live stream. And so yeah, we're just muscling through. You might lose audio, might lose video. You know how it goes. So what else we got? We got X-Force. Not picking up many of those. There's a lot of X books coming though, so we'll probably touch on some of those. Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, Black Widow, stacking Black Widow. Haven't started them yet. Just kind of stacking them for right now. Bounty Hunter, I didn't really get into it. I read, I think, the first couple issues and I kind of fell off just because there were so many books out there, and you guys know how it goes. So we have Walking Dead Deluxe. Let's see, Scorch number 4. I know you guys are a big Spawn fans. So Marauders, I am jumping in on Marauders just to check it out, just because Steve Orlando's on it. Gonna be checking it out. Cover looks fun. Space Pirates. Yeah, so we're gonna be looking at that, giving that one a chance. Let's see, Strange number 2. I've read number 1. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think it was more Jeb McKay stuff. I didn't know if I wanted to keep continuing it. Again, it's just a volume issue. It's really a volume issue. X-Men Red, jumping in on all these number 1s that are coming out, all these different X titles, number 1s. Going to jump in on those. Killing Time number 2. Number 1 was pretty interesting with this whole like Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin, Croc kind of a thing from Tom King. That was an interesting premise. So I did like that. Peer Pressure, indeed. Deadly Class number 52. Firepower is back. Is this the back issue? Yeah. So this is the new story arc. I couldn't remember if this was, I forgot what number came out before, and I didn't know if this was like a number 2 of the new arc. But yeah, new arc number 19 comes out April 6th. So if you guys are liking that, Robert Kirkman, pretty fun run. Yeah, I would recommend that one. Batman Beyond. This will be a hot seat book. I'll check it out probably when it gets to the store. See what's going on. Flashpoint Beyond Zero. Yeah, we'll be checking that one out too. Interested in seeing that one. Little Monsters number 2. That was from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Wynn. So that was a fun number 1. This cover looks very ominous. This little boy holding this giant axe with this weird dude behind him. That's crazy. And then we got a B cover as well. What's this B cover looking like? Okay. So we met all these characters, I believe, in the first issue, and it was an interesting premise. They didn't really give away a lot of details, so we'll see what happens with that run right there. Sticking with Strange, I like Jed's Clea. Yeah, I mean, she had a cool attitude. You know what I mean? Like she was kind of like, I'm here now. This is mine. I got to get my man back, though. Kind of a thing. And then Doom comes by and she totally like just destroys him. So that was pretty fun. All right, Radiant Red. How many of you guys are reading this whole Radiant stuff? The Radiant Red, Radiant Black. And the Rogue Sun tie into all that stuff? Was that, or was that just like a whole different property? I should have paid more attention to it, but I just didn't. And I fell off of Radiant Black. So let me know if you guys are liking Radiant Red for sure. Got Monkey Prince number 3. We got some more X-Men 92 stuff coming out. What else we have? So Jim Rugg's Hulk Grand Design Madness. So Comic Book Kayfabe on YouTube is a really good channel if you want to check them out. So it's Ed Piscor and Jim Rugg. They do a really good job doing this little podcast. They do creative interviews. They do like book breakdowns from an art style perspective, from a story perspective. So it's actually really fun book podcast to check out, little video podcast to check out. So I would recommend that one. We have our Lecture 100. I'll probably pick up a variant or something like that. All right. Deadpool, Monkey Meat, G.I. Joe, Radio Spaceman number 2. Did not get number 1. I think we might have some at the shop still. What else we got? Last Flight Out number 6. I dropped that one a few issues in. Looks like they're on horses now and the ship's taken off, so they're screwed. So I guess that's the last issue. So Ed Piscor, so here's Trigger Warnings number 2. I think my shop ordered them, but they just never came in. And that's kind of what happens with some books sometimes. Like you place your order and then you're at the mercy of the distributor to actually do their job. So I didn't get number 1 yet. Hopefully it'll come in soon. And number 2 will be coming out April 6th. So hopefully that'll be coming in soon. Let's see, we have Alice Ever After. All you Frizzen fans out there, there is a Frizzen variant as well. So Alice Ever After #1. You can go ahead and pick up that one if you're into all that stuff. New Masters #3. Again, that one didn't show up either. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but number 2 didn't show up. So number 3 is coming out in April. Let's see. What other books are we excited about this month or this week of this month? Heavy Metal Drummer #3. I've been stacking them. I got #1 and #2. Heard really good things about it. I believe it was one of Robbie's favorite books the other week. And so that is good news to hear. We're going to keep going down. The Joneses #1. You don't think we have anymore? Great. The second I show a tad interest, we don't have them anymore. So the Joneses #1. This is this will be a hot seat book again, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The Joneses #1. Spinning out of the pages of the Resistance. So I'm just afraid that I might need a little bit of backstory before I jump into something like this, but maybe not. Not sure. Are you guys into the Resistance? Are you guys picking up the Joneses? Anything like that? Picking up the Joneses, yeah. I might. I don't know. It's 5 issues. It's an indie. I mean, that looks like Zendaya. That looks like Pam from The Office. I don't know who these two guys look like. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Phable, what's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well. We're just blowing through some audio video issues, and we're checking out the books coming out in April. So let me know what you're picking up for sure. I always have to consult Phable because he's always in on the variant game, as you guys know. He's always in on the variant game and the set game and everything like that. And so I always know the day they come out, and he knows like a month before. And he swears he tells me. I believe him. He probably tells me. But I never seem to pay attention to those things right there. I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses, if that helps. Yeah, it does. Fantastic Four spinoff. What you talking about? Fantastic Four, the Joneses? I mean, it looks like a Fantastic Four kind of a spinoff for sure. Yep. All right, let's keep going. 78 miles per hour. If I remember correctly, this had like a speed kind of a premise. Remember that movie? Anyone that moves slower than 78 miles per hour will not escape the scorching sun. So it's kind of like if you took Speed and then Chronicles of Riddick at the end when they're escaping the prison and they had to like outrun the sun. Remember that? And you smashed them together. That's kind of like what's going on there. I don't know the creative team at all. It was just an interesting premise. It's from some company I don't even know. Oh, well, it's from Red 5. So, little bit of knowledge about them. So we'll see. We'll see what that one looks like. Okay. That looks like that's about it for the first week in April. But let me know if you guys see anything that you're excited about on here that I did not cover yet. So let's go over into the 13th, my birthday week. Let's check out my birthday week. We have Wonder Woman. So X-Men 10. This book has been pretty interesting. It seems like it's kind of focused on the team, and then it kind of focuses on some other stuff randomly. It's like I keep saying it's like a Power Ranger episode. They feel like one shots, but they layer in this additional context that just pushes the overall story through a little bit more, gives you a little bit more information, either through backstory or, kind of foreshadowing. But they do it while tackling like the threat of the day, right? And so that's been a pretty interesting approach. So I do like that. Venom #7. I keep saying this is a hot seat book all the time. I just have faith in the creative team, but not so much the art. I don't have much faith in the art, but I have faith in the people putting some words on paper. So we have Rom and Al Ewing. We'll keep going with this. This is, we have presumably Dylan and Bedlam right here, kind of duking it out. What's this? What's the Spider-Man variant? Interesting Spider-Man variant. Okay. So we'll see where that one goes. Batman, Catwoman, Miles Morales. I think this is some kind of a spec-ish book. I don't know if you guys are into that kind of stuff. I'm sure Phable can tell me. Miles 37. What's going on there? Son of Kal-El, dropped that one. Star Wars, didn't get into it. Noctera #9, Scott Snyder. Pretty cool run. I do like that one. Okay, so we have Eternals. I always like the covers for Eternals. I always like all those, but I'm a Jones. Good. Yeah. Do you see that that Super Bowl commercial with all the Joneses? Yeah. Oh, to Brother Joe. What's going on, dude? Billy Morales, maybe. Yeah. That's what I got to go back and watch that Jim's video. Jim Jim's video and see what's going on with that one. All right, 89. We have Urban Legends, King Spawn. Hearing some good things about that. I just haven't been picking them up. Lots of Spawn out there. Batgirl's number 5. Red number 1. It was fun. Just wasn't fun enough for me personally, and just reading a lot of stuff. Black Panther number 5. Picking that one up because they seem to be pretty popular. Now, let's see. Sabretooth, I Am Batman. I did drop Sabretooth because I just didn't, it's the same old thing. Lots of books. Issue number 1 was fun, and then issue number 2, it just didn't do enough to hook me in. And so I just went ahead and dropped it. I'm sure he's going to escape, and they're going to have like a whole recap of what happened at some point. And that'll be fun. Gwenverse. Let's see. What's the furthest place from here? This is a hot seat book now. I'm waiting for this arc to be over, honestly. Okay, end of the story arc. So this will probably be my last book for this run right here. I held out for a while, reading every one of them, thought they were all decent, and then the last few really took a decline, in my opinion. So that is okay. 7 Secrets, Rain number 4, interesting book. It's more traveling through hazardous lands right now, and so we are dealing with different threats, external threats, people taking advantage of the situation of people just kind of trying to get to where they're going. It's kind of like a Walking Dead kind of a thing at this point, except for the zombies. Replace the zombies with with rain that will impale and kill you instantly. So there you go. Farmhand, I think that's coming back, right? This is the return. So if you're a big fan of Farmhand, number 16 is coming back in April. Last book you'll ever read. Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country number 1. That's from James Tynion. So if you're a big James Tynion fan, you want to dip into the Sandman universe, this is probably a good place to jump in. And I will definitely be doing that. I had that like leather-bound Sandman book. Oof, talk about intimidating. It's thick and it's Sandman, so it's going to take a minute to get through. All right, let's keep going. So we have Hit Me number 2. I know our shop had a couple of these, or at least one of these for number 1. Let's see. A Town Called Terror number 1. That might be interesting. So I went ahead and grabbed that one. Knighted, Shadowman, Norse Mythology, Transformers Beast Wars Annual number 1, Daisy number 5. That was a cool concept, but I didn't follow through with it because just, again, I needed like a really good, if it's an indie book and I don't know the team, it needs a really good, first off, it needs a really good premise. The art needs to be up there too, and it needs a good hook. And so I think the art was pretty good in that one. The story was a little bit confusing to me, and the hook wasn't quite there. So it takes a lot. It does take a lot. Lots of good stuff coming out that week. Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. What's everyone reading? My favorite has been the Fantastic Four stuff lately. Did you read Reckoning War Trial of the Watcher, which came out last week? Did you read that one? I mean, you probably did if you're a Fantastic Four guy. Let's see. Let's keep going through. Bunny Mask. Oh, so we're getting some solicitations for the free comic book day stuff. So we're not going to really pay attention, but we'll point them out if we're interested in them. Let's see. Life Zero. Fun premise for number 1. Not sure if it has. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it because we've kind of seen like the Rick Grimes getting out of prison, not getting out of prison, but getting out and then realizing the world's been taken over and he's with his team of people. And I think we've read the best version of that kind of story. And so, I don't know. We'll see. The Killlock, Artisan Wrath, All Guts, No Glory, my guilty pleasure. We all need them. Number 2 is great. Number 1 is great. Number 3 is the final issue. Right? Don't miss the final issue of the newest hit. I'm telling you, if you haven't picked it up and you see these at the shop, All Guts, No Glory, issue number 1 and 2, just I would say thumb through it for sure. And then I bought them. It's only 3 issues. I'll take a chance on that. And it was actually way deeper premise than I thought it was going to be. So Devil's Reign currently, yeah. So what's everyone reading? Devil's Reign currently, yeah. So I Phable likes to binge read a lot of stuff, and so I'm just getting all up in your business today. Just getting all up in your business, but it is fun. You can definitely tell when you binged up on stuff. It's like I read all of Thor the other day. It's like, cool, jeez, that's awesome. Killlock was great. Yeah. Yes to Reckoning War and yes to Dan Slott. His run has been great. Yeah, for sure. I read, so I didn't read a lot of Fantastic Four or hardly any Fantastic Four in the last several years. And I've only been reading for, 5-6 years now. So I read Life Story, and the Life Story just ended. Just kind of give me like the high level of everything. And so that's where I read. And then I read the one shot, the Reckoning War Alpha, and then I read this latest one, Trial of the Watcher. And so I think that gave me enough backstory to like kind of somewhat appreciate going forward. Bunny Mask, yeah, I know, dude. You love that. You love that run. I know you do. On your videos, you're all about that Bunny Mask. You're all about that Bunny Mask. Okay, so let's go. You need to do your next video with the Bunny Mask on, because I know you have. I know you have some of those. Chamorro Cinema. What's going on, Manny? Thanks for coming in, dude. Yeah, we are in the second week of April right now. Just checking things out. So we'll see what else is coming out. Okay. Back issue. Carriers wrong. The Wrong Earth. I don't think anything else that I'm particularly interested in. What else are you guys interested in this week? We have a Clementine #1 free comic book day. Robert Kirkman. Okay. So there you go. First look. What does this say down here? First look at Everyday Hero Machine Boy and Sea Serpent's Heir. Okay. So first look at, first appearance, all you speckers. First appearance is on there. The worst part is Bunny Mask is confusing, but I love it. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I remember reading it. It was only like 5 issues. I remember reading it and going like, wait, I thought she was in. So is she a ghost or is she a chick that works at a museum? Who's she? I don't know. It was a little bit confusing to me. All right, so we're going over to 420 dudes. What's coming out that week? We have Nightwing 91. I know a lot of guys are still reading that book. Heard it's been great. Justice League 75. You guys ready for all this nonsense? The death of Justice League. So they're going to be dead forever and they're not going to come back. And so here we go. Joshua Williams. The next big DCU event. It all starts here. Final issue. Okay, we'll see. Dark Knights of Steel. Is this the Middleton? Okay, so they haven't revealed that cover yet. Those are the ones I've been stacking. The Middleton variants of Dark Knights of Steel. And I'm going to be reading that at some point. I'm not sure. So Hulk #6. Man, they've been soliciting this book like crazy. And there's a lot of covers for it. And there are channels that are way better than mine that kind of break down all the different covers, the print runs, all that stuff. And so, there's a lot of them out there, guys. So just, be careful out there. Be careful what you're buying. And don't buy it because you think it's going to be extremely rare. There's a lot of spoiler variants, things like that. Titan's going to be around. So it'll be an interesting thing. ASM Reboot. Yeah, it's probably down here somewhere. Yep, there's that JRJR cover down here. We'll get to that in a second. So confused in the Hulk, but intrigued. It's a very simple story, Phable. So what we have 3 compartmentalizations. We have the Hulk body, which is basically been augmented with different mechanical parts. So they call it Spaceship Hulk. And the other reason why they call it Spaceship Hulk is because the other compartment is Bruce Banner, at least in thought, sitting at what would appear to be some kind of a command center, like Starship Enterprise, something like the Enterprise, something like that. And he is there in perhaps not physical form because he's in the Hulk's body, but like in a mental form. But he's piloting this body, okay? So that's that's compartment number 2. Compartment number 3 is the engine room. So when he calls Scotty, we need more power. What he's doing is the Hulk anger has been caged somewhere in some other pocket area. And there's a giant door, and he's trying to get through this door to kind of like get released. It's like a prison, right? It's like a mental prison that the Hulk is in. And the way that he gets more power is the Hulk feeds on anger. So he pushes a button or raises a lever. And it introduces all these like classic villains, classic characters, super difficult people to kill and destroy. And he sends them out on the Hulk. And so then the Hulk has to go and beat him up. And the anger generated in that battle then powers the Hulk spaceship suit. And then he can tackle whatever threat is actually out there. I don't understand why that's difficult. It's a super easy premise. Not enjoying New Hulk. Was hoping for back to basics. And no. When you heard that Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman were going to be on this thing, there's nothing about going back to basics about any of this stuff. So I think you are not alone, for sure. For sure. When I read the creative team and I read issue number 1 and was like, okay, I don't know what the heck's going on. I turn my brain off and I read the next issue and I go, yeah, that was a lot of fun. There you go. Compartment number 2 is, I don't know if you're trolling or not. Is this a Kappa moment? So yeah, compartment number 2 is Bruce Banner in thought, sitting at a command center, piloting the body, physical form of the Hulk. That's compartment number 2. This is I'm labeling the compartments. Donnie didn't label the compartments. Yeah, it sounds super simple. It is very simple. It's actually very simple. It's just weird and nobody expected. All these short story books have been plenty good in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Are you talking about just indies, or are you talking about like big 2 short story stuff, like Batman's, small runs, things like that, like Lemire's Batman run? Yeah, I need to do a graphic. Do I need to do a graphic for do I need to do a graphic for the different compartmentalizations? Because I think I got this down pretty well, and I can probably make something. But like for all you people out there who are fed up with this Hulk because you don't quite understand what the hell's even happening, this is what's happening right now. Okay, let's keep going. Nice House on the Lake. Well, just because Fantastic Four is here, I'm doing that just for you, Motu. So we got Fantastic Four 43. I think 40 is where you read after Reckoning War Alpha, if I'm not mistaken. So if you'd like Reckoning War Alpha, you jump into 40. But correct me if I'm wrong. We need a Hulk org chart. Yeah, we do. You're bringing in words that remind me of work right now, and work is tomorrow, not today. Not for me. I'm writing it out to give it time to develop. But the old school in me is screaming Hulk. Well, yeah, no kidding. I know you're not alone for sure. How the hell is Nice House on the Lake less confusing than the Hulk? But it is. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So we have our Nice House on the Lake. We have our TMNT last run at number 5. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. We'll see what happens there. Star Wars Darth Vader number 22. Covers are awesome on these things. I mean, he's just really awesome in this. So we have some incentives as well. Phable, what's going on? I thought she was coming later. Is that the same chick we were talking about earlier? This is an incentive variant. Is it an incentive variant? What is this? Yeah, 1 in 25. Is that our Vader 25 spec? This lady right here, or am I mixing that up? I don't know. Let me know. All right, so we have our ASM number 1. So go ahead and grab these. JR. We have Jeb Wells on the story. We got tons of covers coming out. Lots of covers that have nothing to do with the actual run itself, but Gleason's on here as if they needed more reason to sell these books. They have Art Germ on these covers as well. They got Del Auto on these covers. Holy mackerel, they got all kinds of people. They got Campbell covers, J. Scott Campbell covers. So they're really pushing this. So I'm pretty sure we're all going to be picking this up and checking it out. But that's when it's coming out, April 20th. New ASM. Catwoman number 42. From Teeny and Nico Leon, something like that. We have a Frizzen cover for all your Frizzen fans. And then we have our A cover as well, which is getting a little iffy there. All right, Batman the Night number 4. If you need another Batman book in your life, go ahead and pick this one up. because the creative team is actually really good. We have Zdarsky on the writing, and it's going to be fun. It's kind of like a Batman year -1, year -2, something like that. So yeah, that'll be a good thing to pick up if you guys are a bit interested in that kind of a thing. So he's just laughing. On topic of short stories, I think all books and characters should be miniseries. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't work. I see what you mean. So we can't go from current day to that now. And then if you mix it up, if you do a continuation, if you have like a canon run, right, like a main run, and then you do a bunch of one-offs, the one-offs might have stories that impact the current run, the current main run. So like you can't have Batman have like an ongoing series, and then you have a Batman main run, and then Batman Bruce Wayne gets murdered, right? And then like legitimately murdered, and then you have this main run. I mean, you could do that, but it's going to confuse readers, and the last thing you want to do is confuse readers. So I think that's Padme. Yeah, probably. Handmaiden, double bodyguard. Forgot her name. Yeah, you're probably right. Finally getting the last word in the time between. Yeah, no kidding. That was my problem with it as well. I don't even remember what turtles are alive anymore. I don't even remember. Kevin Eastman's going to be in the Huntsville Con that I'm planning on going to at the end of this month of April, and so maybe I can ask him what the heck's even happening. Why did they do this? So, and it was only 5-issue. Is this a final issue? The jaw-dropping finale. Let's just do something real quick because you bring up a good point here. 5-issue run. Number 1 came out in October. So what was that? October, November, December, January, February. So we should have ended in February if it was a monthly. We didn't get issue 2 until February. March, April, May. Then we're skipping a few months. We're going right to May. What's happening here? Oh, this is all messed up. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's so bad that I forgot to look at the year. October 2020. And then February, May, September, November, and then April. So it took over a year. It took like a year and a half to put out 5 issues, right? Is that right? That can't be right. It feels like it. All right, Brian, later, dude. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you. The big tool, I never want to confuse readers. Yeah, exactly. Easy to understand, non-challenging thing like the Hulk, like Hulk in a spaceship. It's a simple story. It's a very simple story. Okay, let's keep going because we're never going to get through. Let's go. What was up here again? So, yeah. So World's Finest was actually pretty fun. Again, it was to turn your brain off and just read it and, look at the flashy, pretty colors and enjoy whatever story they're trying to pull out. I dug that one. And there's a little bit of spoiler of who shows up at the end of the issue number 1. So that is cool. Punisher number 2, great read for number 1. One of my favorite reads from the other week. Oblivion Song, that's the last issue, number 36. If you've been reading that, stacking them, doing whatever you want to do with those. There is a end issue right there. We have Robins, number 6, Ben Reilly Spider-Man, Crimson Reign number 4, Carnage number 2, Carnage number 1 was really fun. Rom V, like a serial killer was kind of worshiping Carnage, and they meet in issue number 1, and they have a really interesting conversation. So we'll see where that goes from there. We definitely need to get those two mixed together. Although we kind of saw that already with his origin to begin with, right? So Silk, Knights of X. Again, I'm going to probably pick up all these new number 1s that are coming out, these X titles, just to kind of check them out, see what's going on. Ice Cream Man number 29. Again, Legion of X, same thing with Knights, just pick it up at number 1. Lonely City, Silver Surfer Rebirth number 4. Flashpoint Beyond number 1. Cool cover. Go ahead and pick in that one up as well. Getting that Alex Ross, because that's awesome, and Captain America number 0. Homestick Pilots, talk about simple stories. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. Let's see. For all you Star Wars fans, that's probably a Padme cover because we have Anakin in the background. All right, we're going to keep going. We got some Deadpool. We got Philadelphia, Black Hammer Reborn, Sweet Paprika, Refrigerator Full of Heads. Not as great as the first volume. I think I gave up around issue 4, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. It's right. My last number 1 was CGC'd almost that long ago. You know what's bad? It's bad when you can CGC a number 1 and it gets back to you faster than the before the number 5 even comes out. Now that's bad. Now that is bad. But I've seen other people waiting forever to get that back. No kidding. No kidding. Talk about ruining a spec game. CGC's turnaround. Actually, CBCS is not that much better if you just choose like the standard timing. It takes 6 to 8 months probably now. I'm still waiting for CGC stuff, and I sent it back in August, I think. Something like that. Punisher number 1. The last couple of pages. I know. That whole scene. And then the reason why. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's incredible that that number 1 was really good, and then it's incredible that it takes that long to get books back, and that the Ronin is so late. So we have Trials of the Amazon Wonder Girl number 2. So let me open this up real quick because we have this connect and cover deal going on. So if you're into these kinds of things, you can get your number 1, your number 2, and then you just put them. I wish they flipped them, but they did it because they did it that way. So we have the 22nd, which is actually this coming week, this coming DC day, so Tuesday. And then we have April 19th. So if you're into the connecting cover, you like Yara Flora, then there you go. You get your connecting cover. Trials of the Amazon Wonder Girl. We have Demons number 2. So Comixology, not so exclusive from Scott Snyder's coming over. I think Demon Days number 1 comes out next week, this week coming up, something like that. So you can jump in on that one. Hear good things about it. Haven't started it yet, though. Slumber number 2, interesting premise. We have these guys that can go into your dreams and they assassinate the nightmare that you constantly have that's like been ruining your life forever. But then there's also this weird force on the outside that's inhabiting people's bodies and making them go kill people. And they put these like symbols on the wall, and I think they're trying to get to the people that can infiltrate nightmares to take them out so they can maybe build an army or do something like that or get revenge or something. Interesting premise. It's an indie book. It's a creative team I don't know. So that means, which then equals, does it have legs? That's the big question. Does it have any legs? Is it just a cool story? It is a cool story. How long is it going to be? And does it have any legs to kind of keep the interest going? Don't know. So number 3, let's open number 3 real quick. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about like final issue. So I don't know. But it's a fun story. If you're looking to jump into something new, you want something a little bit zany, you don't mind taking a little chance, I would check it out. It was pretty fun. Bolaro, we got Deadbox, Hellboy, Earth Prime, Brother Joe, Real American Hero. We Live, Age of Palladians, number 2, I think that's what you call them. I got issue number 1 of White and Black, but I haven't read We Live. So I'm like, dang it, I got to read We Live, and then I got to go from there. But I've been stacking them up. CGC is, yeah, and that's pretty embarrassing, right? CGC is busy during the pandemic and has never recovered. Will they? Will they recover? And then are they going to keep raising prices to the point where it makes it economically impossible to like make any kind of money? So the flippers will be really pissed off, especially on those spec books, right? Like those Queen Goblins. How many Queen Goblins are pending grading right now? And then they're not worth anything now, I don't think. So what are they going to be worth in 8 months? Not entirely sure. Taqi, man, what's going on? I forgot Blue and Gold. How dare I? Blue and Gold number 8. There it is. Let's open it. Just for you. Dan Jurgens, Ryan Sook. I didn't forget it. It's right there. I didn't add it to the poll list though. I'm gonna wait for your review of it, bud. Gotta run. Thanks for coming in, dude. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Yep. Cool. Rogue Collecting. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in. We're just taking a look at April. Catching up in the chat real quick. We are in the third week of April right now. We're over at League of Comic Geeks. Checking it out. Okay. So where were we? Let's keep going down. G.I. Joe. So we have Brother Joe, Real American Hero, 293. We got some Black Panther Legends. What else we got? Blue Flame, Dead Box. Type in the chat what you guys are picking up, what you're interested in. Jennifer's Blood. Faithless number 3. Is this the... Nope, it's not. I know that, I think... Was there a Frizzen or did it already come out? For all you Frizzen freaks out there. Primo's number 3. Secret History of War. The Secret History of War on Weed number 1. There you go. Well, that's not going to end up well. Well, I mean, it might for him. All right. Panthea. Let's see. It's getting a little more obscure the more you go down. So I don't think there's anything. These are actually pretty interesting. These classic illustrated books like Don Quixote, Arabian Nights. These might be interesting. I don't know if we ordered any of these, but it'd be worth a thumb through just to kind of see what's going on. I don't know the team. I don't know anything about them. But obviously, they just remind me of like classic books that you might see at like an antique store or something like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about this run. I don't know if 76, if this is like a famous thing. I don't know anything about it. But 3 popular tales from the beloved cultural stories known as Arabian Nights. Yeah, so we have Aladdin, we have Sinbad. Okay. I might check it out if it's at the shop. It might be interesting. Probably. What's up, dude? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're checking out April's books. Seeing what's coming out soon. You subscribed to my Patreon. What Patreon? So I do have a Patreon. I don't advertise it that much. Or hardly at all. It's just in my link tree. But I do have a Patreon. I try to keep up with it a little bit here and there. So it's just an extra way to support the channel. So I appreciate it, Wheels. Thanks, son. Thanks, man. Yup. What is up? Yeah, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Let's keep going. So I think that's pretty much it for the week of the 20th. Let's go into the 27th, and that is the final week. So we're in the final run right now. We have Saga 78, which just reminds me that we will get another one here soon in the next week or so. So I'm excited for that, although it probably falls, of course, yeah, it'll probably fall on the 30th for our Saga issue, our latest Saga issue. We have Thor 24. Again, that's been a really fun run so far. We have Berserker number 8. I love Berserker. I'm thinking about doing like a spotlight, like a single issue spotlight, like a Comics Explain kind of thing, going down the pictures, doing some background on it and things like that. I'm thinking about doing it for Berserker because I don't think it gets enough love, and I think there's a lot of depth there. And then there'll be a show or a movie eventually, in theory. So that might be a good thing to kind of have someone out there. Yep, Ralphie used to read Classic Illustrated. Oh, is that where I remember that from? Well, I gotta get it then. Yep, can't wait for more Saga. Oh my goodness, League of Comic Geeks is way better than previous world. No kidding. This is way better. I actually have a video on my channel how to use League of Comic Geeks from like a poll perspective. And so I break down everything, like your poll list, your comic books, your stores. Like I connected to my LCS, and they manage their polls currently through this system. Although we're exploring other options right now. But yeah, this is actually a really cool system to use. I have a whole video devoted to it on my channel in my How to Get in the Comic Books Today playlist. It's so easy. Yeah, so look at this. So if I wanted to look more into Berserker, sorry, I have a timer set up for my VV drop, which I'm not going to do today. Taqi, good luck to you, bud, but it's awful. If you're going for it. So Berserker number 8. So I click on it as a new tab, because if you back out of it, it'll take you back to the current week, and I don't want to do that. Then it shows you all the variants too. And so you can, so you can see which variants you want, and then you can just like add it to your poll up here, remove it, poll it. And then it lets your shop know if your shop's hooked up. It gives you all this stuff. There's a whole community tab. You know, so if you want to chat with people, do your posts, do reviews, do all that stuff, it's pretty fun. So it's like a brilliant app. I talked to the guy who designed it and tried to, you know, give him some feedback and things like that, which is always appreciated. Trying to work with them a little bit. We'll see what happens. There's not too much interest at the moment for that kind of a thing, but you never know. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Yep, it's out there. I have a bunch of videos on like from a newbie's, 6-year-old reader perspective. Like I've only been reading for 5-6 years, something like that. I have a bunch of tips that I've kind of compiled and made some videos for people that are just kind of getting into it, because I feel like it can be an intimidating medium and an intimidating hobby if you don't know what the heck you're even doing. So I'm trying to put together some videos to kind of help new people out, and this is one of them. Plus, it was a way to kind of educate local people on how to use the system, because my shop uses it. So let's get caught up in the chat and we'll keep going right here. My store uses previews, but that's definitely a great look ahead tool. Yeah. Isn't that relatively new? Previews, is it called Pullbox? It's relatively new, isn't it? Because I remember testing it out when it dropped, what, 6 months ago or something like that, I feel like. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. It wasn't the same. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt there's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a few things we're working on. I probably can't say too much at the moment, but there's a few things we're working on. We're always looking for better ways. I mean, this has its flaws. It's not perfect, for sure. It has its flaws, but the comic book industry right now is so volatile as far as release dates go, and like variant covers and things like that. So some things are listed in the wrong week. Some covers never show up. Some covers are not even available. So it has its issues for sure. But yeah, Pullbox. Can we take a look at that Radiant Black? Absolutely. A little Wolverine homage cover right there. Boom. Pretty awesome. Who's in the I mean, I guess that's Radiant Black in a reflection. I was like, oh, that's our Radiant Black character. It's definitely not. He's in the reflection. That's cool. What do the variants look like? Interesting. Looks like the interior art. Interesting. Is this still, so if you guys that are actually reading Radiant Black still, is this still the friend of the original guy, or did the powers switch back? Because like one guy had the powers and then he got injured or something like that, and his friend took over, and then he was kind of riding it out from there. Have they reversed that, or is it still that same guy? Pullbox is old, or a couple of years, but no DC only done. Yeah, no kidding. Do you what does your shop use for like a cashier system? I guess we could start there, and then you can DM me on the Instagram. I'll be glad to kind of talk through there. There's some other options, but it kind of depends on your current situation at your shop. If you have a Pullbox account, it lets you order DC. Okay, so let's keep going through. Where were we? What are we doing? Robin number 13, Joker number 14. So bad news, folks. Well, good news if you love the series. Bad news if you've been waiting for this to be over. There's a 15, guys, in June. Remember when we were told 14 is the final issue by James Tynion? And we're like, does that mean it's the final issue, or does that mean somebody else is taking over? No. James Tynion's still credited as the writer for this, but it's coming out on an issue with an issue 15 in June. So if you've been waiting for that run to be over and you're excited that 14 is coming soon, there's a 15. And if you've been super excited and love that run, hey, you got another issue. So there you go. So wherever you fall, wherever you fall, still the friend. And there are a whole bunch of Radiance writers currently working on issue 3. Yeah. So, oh my God, Jim. This should have been 6 issues. It should have been 6 issues, but they dragged it on forever. It should have been 6 issues. It should have been the original question: will you do this for this money, Jim? And then he should have been battling that, and they should have wrapped it up in 6 issues. But man, they put a lot of stuff into this. They put a lot of extra stuff, the whole Vengeance, and the whole Samson family, and the whole human farming place. And then, oh my gosh, all the stuff. Joke's on us indeed. Okay, so let's keep going. Something is Killing the Children, issue number 22. So this one is going to have some die cuts as well. So if you're into the whole die cut stuff, you can look into this. So we have our C cut mask bloody incentives, and we have our die cut mask. So I'm assuming that means that this mask part will be like a flip out kind of a thing. So if you're into that, I think issue number 21 also has it, which comes out at the end of the month. And so there you go. And of course we have it looks like Martin Simmons. Maybe not. I don't recognize that. Could be main artist, not entirely sure. But yeah, so if you're into the die cuts, check out Something's Killing Children issue number 21 and 22. So crossover should have been 6 issues. Yeah, probably should have as well. Yeah, old school might not work out. That's going to be the big problem. If your shop's been around for like decades, they're not going to change the way they do polls. They already have their system, whatever it is. But if you have a brand new shop who's just trying to look to optimize and things like that, they might entertain the idea of doing something like that. We have Spawn, we have Star Wars number 23, we have Crossover number 13. This will be ending soon. ASN number 2, so we talked about ASN number 1 earlier. And Strange Academy number 18. Is this the finale issue? Or is this, final issue? Okay, I'll be interested. I dropped this one. It's one of my bigger regrets in my dropping history. And I'll probably, if there's a volume 2, I'll start there, and I'll probably just trade it or something like that for the number 1 and go from there. Teen Titans Academy, Immortal X-Men number 2, Radiant Black. There's that Radiant Black again. Ghost Rider number 3. That was an interesting number 1. Didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything for me, excuse me. But I heard it, it was all right. Talk about books that hasn't come out in a while. Holy crap, The Green number 2. When was our number 1 release date? December. So January, February, March, April. We have 4-month delay between these two. And then, hey, May's listed as number 3. So maybe we won't have to wait so long. We'll see. All right, X-Men Red Marauders. If you need another Batman book, there's another Batman book coming out for you. Avengers Forever. Giant Size X-Men Thunderbird number 1. I didn't add that to my list. I don't know. We're getting a little crazy here. Newburn number 6. If you'd like the first volume, you're probably picking up the second volume. It's already started, so you're probably enjoying that. A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. I need someone to break that book down for me. That's more confusing than freaking Hulk to me. So, yeah. Boy, man, I'm telling you. Negan issue was freaking awesome. I know. The long-term people on my channel know that I'm a giant Walking Dead fan. I did Comigories like 3 or 4 times, and half my books were like Walking Dead books. It's probably why I lost as much as I did. I don't know either. I don't know how they handle spreadsheets. I don't get how they would manage that. It blows my mind. It does blow my mind. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Stick with Ghost Rider. The first issue was more wordy than I thought it would be. Yeah, it was. And it was kind of like a Truman Show kind of a thing, and it ultimately didn't do anything. So I think it needed to be an issue 0, and that's how they should have made it, or put out as a one-shot and then start with the number 1, because issue 1 didn't do anything. It just kind of brought us up to speed of where he is. And then I didn't really take away from it like why he was there or how he was there or who did it. Maybe he's gonna probably explore that, right? Yeah. There you go. I explained Donny Cates' Hulk run and the different compartmentalizations of Hulk. It's a very simple story. You can rewind for that. If that's more confusing than Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, then I'm screwed. I tend to drop books that kind of just make me confused, and yeah, because I don't know. That's why I'm probably not going to continue Department of Truth. Spoilers. Okay, so Trials of the Amazon, Wolverine patch number 2, Aquaman number 3. We have Rogue Sun number 3, Adventure Man number 9. Boop. I'm picking those up. Mephisto, or my Maestro. Sorry. We have Rush from Psy, another book that confused me. Power Rangers, Sweet Paprika, Step by Bloody Step. What a great issue number 1. No dialogue at all, but it was still really enjoyable. The art told the whole story. It was great. There wasn't really any points of the book where I was like, man, I wonder what the characters are thinking in this moment right here. It's like, nope, it was all there. Rogues number 2, Cowboy Bebop. It's a shame what happened to that. Bloodstained Teeth, Red Sonja Invincible, Red Sonja. What else we got coming out? Helicopter, Picture of Everything Else. I'll believe it when I see it. Fourth Man, fun book. Took too long between issue 3 and 4 though. I can't keep track of what's happening. Again, we lost, I think, a month on that book or something like that. Ghost Cage. I didn't mark this one because, well, hell, we have FOC coming up pretty soon. I'll probably mark it just to see, because I don't think we haven't gotten a number 1 yet. And I hate that. You have to really kind of order number 1 and number 2. And I hate doing that. We have Hotel number 5, which would be fun. What else we got? Swamp Dogs. Vermilion number 1 from Behemoth. Follow Me in the Darkness. Kind of just flying through this last couple rows down here, aren't we? Not sure what's going on here. I like the idea. Maybe the setup was too long. Yeah. Wonder Girl burned me so bad. I have no interest in trial. I know. I like the idea of it, though. I like the idea of it. I think she was a fun character. I think she had a lot of heart, and she was interesting to read. I think Joelle Jones did a pretty decent job with that. The art was inconsistent. The story was pretty basic. Not a lot of things happened. Like the whole arc of the character, or like that whole entire arc could have been summed up in fewer issues, because not a whole lot happened. It's like, do you want to ascend to the god like level? No, because you're all a bunch of jerks. Okay, we're going to fight about it. And then that was it. And it's like, I feel like they had other direction for that character, but things just happened, right? And they had to figure out a way to get out pretty quickly. And then Trials would be like a way to wrap it up in a way. So we'll see. Let's see. Naughty List number 1. Kind of reminds me of like Harrison Ford meets Clark Griswold in a way, right? How does it not? So I don't know. We'll see about that one. Manny, you picking that one up, bud? All right, what else we got? This Evil Dead homage for Grunch, the Grunch number 1. Interesting. Okay. So that is it for what's coming out then. Let's go to my poll list real quick. Let's bump it up to the 6th. So this is what I'm picking up on the week of the 6th. Got that Gleason variant, got some facsimile issues. DC Vampires is fun, Grand Design, Immortal. We got some X-Men new books coming out. We got some Swamp Thing returning, some die cuts, Magic Order. That's what my first week looks like. Second week, birthday week, a little bit lighter. What's first place from here? That's the last issue there. We got some spec books in here as well. We got some facsimiles again. Some new number 1s, trying some stuff out. Some stuff I'm trying to work through at the moment. I'm not filtered, am I? I feel like I have less books than I thought I had. All right, week 3. What do we have? Oh, yep. Well, here's certainly a lot more. So some new books coming out. Some World's Finest. We'll see where that one goes. Same with Carnage. We got some Frozen Love. We got some Flashpoint Beyond coming out. We have some new X-Men coming out as well. The Fake Death of the Justice League coming out as well. They're not really even promoting this that much. We have an overprinted Hulk number 6 coming our way. We have a continuation of Punisher, Slumber. We have a I'll Believe It When I See It last run of number 5. And that's it there. Let's see what else we got. Holy crap. Okay. So Adventure Man, more facsimiles. If you're in the facsimile game, there's a bunch coming out. There's like 3 in April, and I think there's 3 between, let's see, March, April, May, and June, something like that. So if you're in the facsimile game, that's where it's at. So we got Berserker, Fourth Man, Hotel, Saga, Rogues 2. I'm interested in this book. We'll see where it goes. Picture of Everything Else, Joker, Immortal X-Men. There's those die cuts again. Step by Bloody Step, Thor, Vermilion, and X-Men Red. So that's what I'm picking up. That's a hell of a week right there. FOC hasn't hit for this week yet. I think that's next week, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll probably trim this a little bit based on what's going on. Some books I might not take a chance on, like Ghost Cage, I might not take a chance on. I'm stacking Adventure Man right now, which I'm fine. I'm getting those. But Picture of Everything Else probably won't even come out. This Hulk vs. Thor Banner War Alpha 1, we'll see. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I'm getting over here. Let me check in the chat real quick before I kind of wrap things up here. I think a Frizzen cover for Al. Yeah, I went over that as well. Did I not have it on my list here somewhere? Because I remember going over it live when we went week to week. Yeah, here it is. Yep. For all you Frizzen fans out there. I hope Red Room comes in. Red Room number 1, because I want to read number 2 for sure. Yeah, that's a pretty good week. Oh, Donny Cates, high trade issue number 6. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, watch Jim's comics video. I think he goes over print count and things like that. There's tons of variants out there. I'm not sure how big of a character this is going to be, but they've been pushing this book pretty hard. So we'll see. But that's, guys, that's what's coming out in April. It's hard to trim. No kidding. I know. I think I went from like 50 unique titles down to like 38 when I tried real hard. But man, I don't know how many I'm at now, because I've added a bunch of stuff with all these X-Men books coming out and some new Batman stuff dropping and a couple new indies. It's like you take off 8 and you're adding 12 or something like that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, okay. I think I'm caught up on the chat. That's what's coming out in April. So I'm looking forward to that. If you're watching this on the replay, though, go ahead and let me know down below in the comments what you guys are looking forward to, because maybe I missed something and I don't want to be missing anything, because that fear of missing out, man, that FOMO hits you hard. So guys, yeah, I do appreciate it. I'll say goodbye to the chat real quick. I'll say that the Ballad of Ronin, add the Ballad of Ronin to your pull list. Okay. I'll have to write that down. Ballad of Ronin, never heard of it. Every time I trim, I end up adding a bunch of books next. Yeah, no kidding. That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. I hate that too. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you watching. Again, if you're watching this in replay, let me know what you guys are pulling up. I got to look up Ballad of Ronin, so thanks for that, man. I do appreciate that recommendation there. But yeah, League of Comic Geeks, if you want to know about how to use this site, I do have a video, like I mentioned before, on my How to Get in the Comic Books Today playlist on YouTube. So go ahead and check that out. But yeah, weekly videos, poll videos, videos from my shop, review videos every week. And then I try to do at least one live a month. So I appreciate you watching. You guys are awesome. Station, everybody. Hope you all have a great Sunday. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later.